Welcome back to the Everyday Faith Podcast from Eastside with today's faith-rooted principle. Hey there, welcome back. I'm Isaac Johnson. Today is May the 2nd, Saturday. Hope that you're having a great day today. Our principle for today is this: instead of relying on your own wisdom, trust the Word of God that never changes. The Word of God and God that never changes. Trust God. You know, I'm reminded of some very famous verses in the Bible, Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, that tell us this: trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not into thine own understanding. In all thy way acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. In all your ways and everything that you do, acknowledge God. Trust in the Lord, it says, not in yourself. Trust in the Lord, not in anything else. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and he will direct your path. He'll direct you in the right way. And let me just let you in on a little secret. God's never going to lead you in the wrong direction. There's never any time that God is going to lead you down the wrong path. In 1999, John F. Kennedy Jr. attempted to fly his small plane from New York City to his family's home in Massachusetts for a wedding. On board with him were his wife, Carolyn, and his sister. And though Kennedy was a licensed pilot, he had not yet been approved for instrument flight, meaning that using the instruments only to fly the plane. And so he relied a lot on seeing. So their takeoff got delayed until after dark, and Kennedy should have waited to take off the next day in the daylight, or sought really a more experienced pilot to help him. But Kennedy decided to take off into the darkness without being able to see, and the plane never reached its destination. All three passengers perished in the crash, and investigators determined that the crash was likely caused by disorientation from flying over water at night without any landmarks or visible horizons. And really, it fell down to this: Kennedy's lack of experience may well have led him to trust what he thought that he was seeing, rather than what the instrument panel was telling him. What he thought that he could see. He was trusting in his own self, what he could see, rather than what the instrument panel was telling him. You know, our human nature is just like that. We oftentimes think, well, I don't know who or what I can trust. We all face the temptation to walk according to our sight, what we know, instead of walking by faith. Faith, if it's based on the right thing, if it's based on God and His Word, it'll keep us from crashing. And the reason that faith in God and His Word keeps us on the right path, again, as I said before, is that God never fails. He's never going to lead us in the wrong direction. There's not even the slightest hint that He'll ever change. He's never going to change His nature. He's never going to change His character. He's never going to change His promises. No promise is better than the one who makes it, God. We have seen many examples of people who've trusted investments, have trusted in companies, who's trusted in government, only to find out that their confidence was misplaced, not in the right spot. But those of us who put our faith in God will never suffer the disappointment of broken promises. Don't trust in yourself. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart. Lean not into thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Instead of relying on our own wisdom, trust God and his word that never changes. Thanks for joining us for today's Rooted Principle right here on the Everyday Faith Podcast. If today's conversation has encouraged you, be sure to share it with someone who might need it. And don't forget to follow and subscribe so you never miss an episode. We'll see you next time right here on the Everyday Faith Podcast.